What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Dallas Game Day, where passion meets football reality. And today, we're not talking about hope, we're talking about proof. Because what we saw against the Jets wasn't just a win, it was a statement. A declaration that this Dallas Cowboys team is not the same group you saw stumble in years past. This is a team reborn. Let's start in the trenches, where every battle is won or lost. 4 of the 5 starting offensive linemen were out. 4. But the replacements? They didn't play like backups. They played like brothers, like men who understood that every snap, every block, every collision mattered. Under Brian Schottenheimer's system, it doesn't matter who's in the lineup because the system works. Discipline, chemistry, execution. The next man up mentality came alive on Sunday, and when you have a line that plays as one heartbeat, the rest of the offense starts to breathe again. Javonte Williams ran like a freight train, 135 yards, a touchdown on the ground, and another through the air. He didn't just move chains, he moved souls. And behind that line, he gave Dak Prescott balance, time, and rhythm. The Cowboys carried the ball 29 times for 180 yards. That's not luck, that's identity. That's what Schottenheimer has been building since day one. Now let's talk about Jake Ferguson, because what this man is doing right now deserves headlines. 2 touchdowns, a 26-yard screen to the house, and the kind of swagger that only comes from confidence and grind. He's not just another tight end, he is a mismatch nightmare. Too fast for linebackers, too strong for safeties, too polished for corners. And the numbers tell the story. 40 receptions through 5 games, something only 3 tight ends in NFL history have ever done before him, and only 1 Cowboy, the legend Jason Witten. This is what evolution looks like. Ferguson isn't trying to be Witten, he's building his own legacy in front of our eyes. Then came Dak Prescott, the heartbeat of this team. He stood at that podium and said what every real fan has been waiting to hear. Don't put this team in that same category as that last team. Everything's different. And he meant it. You could feel it in his tone. This isn't the same Dallas Cowboys that got punched in the mouth in 2019. This team doesn't make excuses. This team doesn't flinch. This team fights back. Dak is playing like a general in command of an army that finally knows its purpose. He spread the ball to 6 different receivers, read every coverage, and stayed in total control. He's not forcing plays, he's orchestrating them. He's not chasing validation, he's earning respect. And when your quarterback is this locked in, this confident, there's not a defense in the league that can contain him. Brian Schottenheimer deserves his flowers too. He's built an offense that breathes balance. Run, play action, quick reads, patience. He and Dak are on the same page, the same rhythm, the same mission. When your quarterback becomes an extension of your coordinator on the field, or better yet, an elevation of him, that's when great teams are born. That's when football becomes poetry. And let's not forget the defense. 5 sacks, multiple turnovers, pressure all night. They played angry, they played proud, and they gave this team something we hadn't seen all year: complementary football. Offense, defense, special teams, everyone in sync. So what's the message tonight, Cowboys Nation? It's simple. This team is different. This isn't about hype. This isn't about false hope. This is about watching a group of men finally realize who they are and what they can be. The line fought. Ferguson rose. Dak led. The system clicked. And the Cowboys didn't just win. They dominated. Now it's your turn, Dallas Game Day family. Drop it in the comments right now. Do you believe this version of the Cowboys can go the distance? Do you see the same fire, the same unity, the same belief that we're seeing on that field? If you do, hit that like button, subscribe, and keep riding with us, because this season might just be the one where Dallas finally silences the world. This is Dallas Game Day. 1 star, 1 heart, 1 mission. Let's go.